like I thought we were doing a pretty good job and things were kind of moving along, but I felt more frustration than happy times. And I noticed patterns of behaviors over and over and over. And I just ran out of ideas. Nothing was working. And it was kind of like falling on deaf ears. I don't know if you can relate. Sometimes your husband or your parents or your in-laws, just any relationships that you have in general. And I just wanted more fun in life. I love spending time with our kids, and they just bring me so much joy. But I wasn't enjoying it as much as I knew I wanted to. And they are young, 2 and 5, and I knew that also that now is a great time to kind of nip some of these in the bud, these behaviors, and learn, what else I could do besides pull my hair out and just, not have an impact, or it wasn't my strategies just were not effective, or I just kind of ran out. So that's really what attracted me to this group and just to hang out. And Flora is so awesome in sustainable parenting. There's so many great tools, and I could tell my mind was already working casually just because of different messages or support. And I just feel like that was a great introduction to really what was possible for me.
Say more about that. So you mean your mind is working casually, like these new ways of approaching behavior are now coming more automatically, or what do you say more about that?
Well, I think we're all really busy, and we love, having our own different things. So it's really hard to find like, hey, I'm gonna binge read like 10 parenting books and be the best parent ever. And because I think this group tends to attract parents who really do care and really want to do their best or bring their best self to parenting. And I think for me, having a space and a coach or a facilitator, a guide to allow me to feel comfortable and safe, to allow me to feel vulnerable and to share all my struggles or my frustrations or my just anything that was on my mind, and just really show up as myself in a group coaching call, or just to get that support. You can show up with your hair in a messy bun, or just out of the shower, or maybe not showered at all, or maybe bring a glass of wine or tea. I just love that because it just was more fun to share ideas versus it feels like you're kind of in the couch or a living room with a bunch of parents that are going through the same thing. So for me, that was really, really supportive. And Flora had said that, and I kind of didn't realize how much that would mean. So for me, just having a focused time where I could kind of commit a little extra time every week, but yet have a lot of flexibility where I could just kind of binge watch and learn at my own pace, and really just create my own measuring stick and my own vision for my family or myself, and not to have someone say, well, you're not doing it right, or you're not going fast enough, or you're not at a certain achievement level, you're not the perfect mom yet, or it's just so great, I think. And I don't think a book can do that. I don't think Google can do that. I think those are great supplement tools, but I just think that you could also call this like parent transformation in yourself. And there's just so much growth emotionally that I've learned, and probably just hanging out in the group and kind of taking advantage here and there when I could. But it's hard as a parent to find a big chunk of time to sit down and be like, okay, I'm gonna learn something today. But I just think it's so powerful to be able to connect with other people and apply that and then just try it and then just say, oh, that didn't work. Or maybe one little thing did work. And then, you can kind of bounce ideas off each other and ask, well, what else can work? Because, we're still kind of struggling and I just think having a mindset that you are a great parent as you are, you are enough. And just to feel empowered to say, you can problem solve as a team, you can work together. And I just think that's a huge mindset shift because I think we all want to do it right. And we don't, it feels hard to say, I'm really struggling or, I think we're having a lot of power struggles right now. It's embarrassing. It's hard to say that. But when everyone else kind of says, oh, yeah, me too, you just feel safe. You feel comfortable. And I think when you feel safe, you can open up and then you start to see that transformation. So I think for me, just being part of that supportive community and being guided, but yet I had space, I think that's where I really started seeing, wow, this is pretty amazing. So
I love that. And I love you sharing that it's been personal growth too. So there's been space in there. You say that, you've been able to make this your own, like you're getting guidance, but also with room to be you. What has changed about you? Like you said, so you mentioned some things being vulnerable in the group, being willing to admit like things aren't perfect. Like, what has that opened up for you? What has that shifted for you?
I think it's being okay with it's being okay to have your own goals but also kind of keep in mind realistic expectations and also kind of realizing you're one parent or two parents and you each might have a different approach. And I just think that for me, it's allowed me to be more confident in not having every answer, but knowing sometimes just supporting and not trying to fix a problem is a new concept, I think, for me. And it's amazing to just start to see that positive connection with my kids. And it's kind of magic. So I think with myself too, just I think just having a different perspective. I think trying to get to know my own feelings because I thought it was pretty good, but I realized, wow, I think just being attuned to other people's feelings or my own feelings first, and then to kind of adapt my expectations or kind of expect or, be ready for the tantrums and the crying and just those reactions and being okay with those. I just think that's very powerful. As I've heard a lot of people say, hold your boundaries, hold your boundaries. Well, how do you do that? And how does that really work? And how does it work for you? Because you might have a different idea than, a friend or a neighbor, and it doesn't mean they're wrong or that you're wrong. So I think just really being acceptance and giving yourself grace and just being in tune to your own feelings, I think for me has been really helpful. So, and allowed me to have more fun and just being okay with that. It's great.
Awesome. And what is new or different, if anything, in your relationship with your kids? What are you most proud of or excited to be experiencing with them?
I think just treating them or I shouldn't say, it sounds harsh, but treating them like human beings, really approaching it as a team, but yet holding firm and being kind. And I love that. For me, it's very empowering. And I think you can apply it to any relationship that you have or any close relationship that you care about or want to improve. So
Completely. I love how you say that. Absolutely. Like it's just so beautiful that it is empowering when you, and it's because we do all get caught in that place of like, what does it mean to be a parent? Am I supposed to be this authoritarian? You do what I say because I said so. Does it mean that like I want to be your buddy and I'm gonna make it fun and we're gonna go do this, or like where in the world is it? And so you're finding this kind and firm place that makes it feel stable and predictable, and yeah, that's what I'm hearing in what you're saying.
yeah, predictable is yes. I think our kids are responding or reacting to that in a positive way, and it's a reminder for me. It's a shift in, you know, having those predictable routines or expectations too.
Completely. Yeah. Well, I wanted to have this interview with you because I've so appreciated you're so open and willing to, look at things in new ways. And I'm so pleased that that has brought transformation in your family. You're so supportive. You're a part of this amazing supportive community that you're talking about. Like, it is people like you that make it so great for everyone. And so I'm so grateful that we connected and you've been a part of it. For others that are out there and considering it, I know that it took you a while. Life is busy, like you said, and it took finding that right moment. What would you say to anyone that's trying to consider, is this the right moment for me to step into this type of support?
I would probably just do it. And I did I had a few other things that I was really interested in at the time to commit to. And I kind of put the brakes on those, but I still live my normal life where it's like, so I kind of fit it in. Um, I think one great way to fit it in now would be to just find your favorite TV show and then dedicate that time to just checking out some videos or learning a few new tips or showing up to a call. So that's kind of fit it in, easy breezy.
I like that. You found it to be that it can just replace, and that's really nice. That is about probably the equivalent in my life. I know,
Mhm.
like spending an hour a night, not even that much that it would take in a week.
And it's a short season. I think that was powerful too. You can see, if it has to fit in, you have to be able to put in a little time because if you don't, then, you won't feel that. But if you can just find even an hour, I think consistently,
Right?
you'll
It was
find it.
like, okay, for 3 months I can do that. I can't do that forever, but I can do it for
Exactly.
a season.
That's for me, it was short enough to just, and the master class, I already saw changes. So I knew yeah, it's crazy. it's,
It's crazy. Like it feels unbelievable. The
it
thing.
feels unbelievable.
Yeah. In what ways?
I think transformation from the inside out, personally. And I think that is sustainable because it's you. It is it's still you being the parent. You're parenting the way you want to or think that is best.